Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. This is Tina C. Hines, Life Transformation Specialist. I hope that you are having a phenomenal day. So as you come in, please say your hellos. If you are watching the replay, hashtag replay, so that I know that you came through and you said hello to me and that you are here. Please, please click the like button first. Please, please click the share button second. Please, please say hello to me third, because I have a message that's probably going to shift some of you. You might want to grab your little notebook, because I'm going to give you 3 little steps that I'm going to want you to take. And my journal writing is coming to the surface, and I'm sharing some of the information that is being coming through me and out of me. I always like to say I like to release through my pen. And so that is what I'm doing. Nina, you got Tiny Love covered. I'm going to get the other groups covered, as well as my page. And then we're going to get started here. I was thinking about the topic that I wanted to use, and it was about altering your belief system. And then I happened to look at one of my sister's pages, and she had rewiring your brain for success, rewiring your brain for success. And I was like, wow, that sounds something that I could use. I says, but my goal is to focus on happiness, the success of happiness. So my goal is to focus on happiness. So I said, well, let me just modify what she said and have it apply to the conversation that I'm going to have with you this morning. My goal is not to be on here too long, but I do want to share a message with you. So I hope that you will share it with some phenomenal people. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Rihanna, for sharing. I appreciate you, my sisters. So just let me do my sharing, and then we can get started. 1 second. There. I'm just going to hit all of them. Beyond. Okay, so I think I have gotten all of them. And then I am going there. And then all I need to do is just share it to my page. And then we're going to be good. Oh, where is it? There it goes. So we are ready to get started. So as I said, I was thinking about some content that I had written in my handy dandy journal. I've been busy. I've been committed to writing every single morning, whether it's a word or whether it is simply a sentence or a few paragraphs. And so what came to mind this morning after observing conversation, thank you, Nina, observing conversation with a few individuals. And as I started processing some of what I was reading about how sometimes we can remain stuck in a place. And part of the reason that we remain stuck is very simple. We're unwilling to alter our belief system. We're unwilling to alter our belief system. And what does that mean? It means that for the most part, many of us have been stuck in our ways. We're accustomed with certain situations to be that way. We're accustomed to never being, we're accustomed to be trying to get ahead and keep getting pushed back, okay? We're accustomed to what family history is all about. We're accustomed to feeling weak. We're accustomed to being the strong one. We're accustomed to all of these things, and we are probably unwilling to change our belief system. And we're unwilling to sometimes fight against the status quo of what people say we should be and how we should be and how we should act. It's funny because sometimes I think about how many of us live our lives on social media, and there's always this big thing of people saying that pay attention to what you see, because everyone what they're posting is not who they post to be. And the challenge with that is when there are people who truly post who they are, people don't believe them. And so you come against this challenge, you come against it, and you start trying to be like, okay, this is seriously who I am. But people in their belief system is waiting for the other ball to drop. Does this make sense? So you go between these two worlds of this is who I am, or this is who I'm projecting that I am. And so you spend a lot of time weeding through the real people and weeding through the not so real people, because you can't take them for face value because you're focused on what they have shared with you on social media. Okay. So yeah, waiting for the other ball to drop, most definitely, Rihanna. And so what's so interesting is you grow into having this belief system, and you tell yourself that nothing is ever going to change. You tell yourself it's always been this way. Well, good morning, Ursula. Well, if you continue to do that, why would it change? What would make it different if you consistently say, my life has always been this way? This always runs in my family. Don't you have the power to shift anything up that you desire to shift up? It's like when I see the journey of people who have come out of some storms, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, you've come out of some serious stuff, and look at you now. Imagine if that person had said, this always happens to me. My life is always going to be in this place. I'm never going to have more than what I have now. Imagine that. It's like we think that everybody who is rich monetarily, they were born that way. You don't realize that it took a journey. You don't realize that they had to go through and come out of some shit to recognize that I don't want that anymore. Because it's different when you reach a goal. And I talked about this the other day. It's different when you've experienced this, when you've experienced happiness, so you know how to get back to it. But if you consistently live in the woe is me, I've never had, I'm never going to be, well, you're inviting it into your life. You're saying, I've never had, so why should I have now? Come on in and just give me nothing. Things have always been this way. So why not let it stay this way? People are always abandoning me. Everyone write this. Self-defeating behaviors. These are self-defeating behaviors. And if in one breath you want more, and in the next breath you talk about lack, which one do you think is going to overshadow the other? Because your belief system is lack. Your belief system is not more. Because you know more about lack than more. Does this make sense? You've experienced lack. You know what lack looks like, but you haven't experienced as much more. And so your mindset sits over here. So what does it take for you to start altering or shifting or rewiring your brain? It requires work. Everybody write the word work. It requires consistent work. It requires committed work. It requires you to show up for you. Not every once in a while, not every blue moon, not when the shit, it hits the fan, but every single day. Every single day, it requires you to show up for yourself. You want to see different happen in your life? Start by expressing what you desire in a positive way. Number one, expressing what you desire in a positive way. You can't say, I want to be happy, and in the same breath say, but I know it's not going to happen. Stay with the positive and consistently have this inner dialogue with yourself in a positive way. The reason why you have to consistently have this inner dialogue in a positive way is because negative Nancy and Debbie Downer is out there. They coming for you. One little mishap in your life and it's going to knock everything out of sync. I'm telling you from experience. You have to have your positive dialogue on repeat, starting with hopping in the mirror and telling yourself you love you. Because if you truly love you, then it's going to be easier for you to have this positive dialogue. But it requires constant work to rewire your brain so something different can start happening in your life. Constant work. Number two, visualize the outcome. And when you visualize it, put descriptive words to it. Like you have this vision of a place you want to go. Put descriptive words of how it's going to make you feel when you get there. Put descriptive words of what colors you see. Put descriptive words of all of the experiences that surround that space. And when you speak it in a positive way, you'll start acting different. I don't even know how many years it's been, probably about 3 or 4 years. I took this picture on the beach in Anguilla. And this picture is the essence of everything that I believe. It's the turquoise water. It's the peace and tranquility. It's the serenity that is so essential to my well-being. And whenever I get that vision, I even have it on my phone, I look at it and I'm pulled back in to that moment in time when I didn't have a care in the world for that moment. And I stay there because that's my space of peace. Even when disruption comes my way, I can go to that space, that moment in time. I don't even really need the picture because I've looked at it so much that it's ingrained in here. It's positive. It's descriptive. It's detailed. And it empowers me. Create one for yourself. If everybody has, no, I don't want to say everybody, a lot of people have a vision board. I actually prefer my vision board to be me in it. Why? Because I know what the experience feels like. I don't know what an experience Nina had feels like. I could only guess based on what she shares with me. I don't know what an experience Ursula has had feels like because I haven't experienced it for myself. I haven't felt something in my stomach just turning, and I haven't felt the energy just come over me. And I haven't felt it. So I can't paste people's stuff on my walls or on a board because I need to experience it myself. I need to sit in the car. I need to test drive the car. I need to smell the new car. So I have that feeling of what it's going to look like, feel like, be like. So I can get back there. Does this make sense? Because I want to get there, but I need to experience it to get there. And most people will say, well, what if you can't experience it? Because we are trying to get there. That would be Debbie Downer talking to you. Because when you want something bad enough, you start being creative as all hell. You really do. That's when you need to start pushing those thoughts and those people away from you and be like, what can I do so I can experience this up close and personal? How do I get it in the forefront, right in front of me until I'm actually able to go there? Tina, you already said don't put it on somebody else's stuff on my vision board, but what else can I do? You can look at pictures, but as you're looking at the pictures, can you put action behind them? Because when you put action behind it, that's another feeling. It's another feeling. Like the I can't even think straight. My retreats. Whenever my ladies are getting ready to go have an amazing experience at some destination that perhaps they haven't been to or they've been to and they're ready to go back to. I mean, Ursula, perfect example. Ursula's first trip was to Bali with me. She had seen the year before. She said in her mind, I'm going if you go back. Because you done gone, I done seen what you did, but I need that little bit of a feeling too. And she sort of got it, but it wasn't until she stepped foot in Bali that she got it. It wasn't until the energy that engulfed her that she got it. It's like every time a woman goes to Anguilla for their healing, I said, I can show you the turquoise water. I can show you the white sand. I can show you the yummy food. But until you step foot on that island, the experience that you see is totally different. The experience that you have supersedes what you see. Did you catch that? The experience that you have supersedes what you see because you are engulfed in it. You're in the space of it. You feel the energy of it. You get to see the people. You get to you'll be like, I knew it was real when I saw it. I know it's real because you talk about it. But to experience it for myself, we're on another level. You're on another level. Every time you keep talking about, oh, I'm living vicariously through you, the only way you living vicariously through somebody is you also saying, I'm living vicariously through you because I'm going in XYZ amount of time. You got the vision. You're going to have to put some action behind the vision. And then number 3, this is the link. Link the pleasure and the pain. the pleasure of how it feels if I do it, and the pain of how it feels if I don't. If I don't do it, is it going to keep nagging me? If I do it, is the excitement going to build? If I don't do it, am I going to feel defeated? If I do it, will I really know what it feels like that I actually did this shit? This can apply anywhere in your life. Anywhere. Whether it's your job, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your health. It applies everywhere. Everywhere. You're going to have to rewire your brain, because the space that some of you are in now, you're not just toxic to other people. You're toxic to yourself. And by being willing to rewire your brain to focus more on positive versus letting negative just keep permeating in every single thing you do, you're not setting yourself up for happiness. You're continuing a cycle of sadness. So I challenge you. Have a conversation with the woman in the mirror, starting with, I love you and I'm going to honor you. And then come up with every positive word that you probably need to write down or record and put it on repeat. Now, let me be clear. The reason why I'm making this suggestion to you is so you can start getting unstuck. Unstuck. Because when you experience that new feeling, all them old feelings are going to start dissipating. And if they happen to make a reappearance, you'll know how to deal with them. But it's going to require you to be committed and consistent and positive. If this message spoke to you, I hope you will share it with another phenomenal woman. I hope you give me some love if I spoke something into you this morning. And I want to wish you all a phenomenal, phenomenal Saturday. Take care.